It's no secret. Some of the best food in the country comes from the South, and I'm all in. I start in Arkansas, where a local farm becomes a winter bird sanctuary.
See the eagle's nest?
I thought they were endangered.
Well, they're making a comeback.
And then join a farm family to make their favorite fried catfish and rice puppies.
Rice puppies?
It's kind of like a hush puppy, but made with rice.
So good.
Well, you know, you made it.
I'm a chef.
Back home,
This is the best jambalaya I've ever had.
we're learning how to make a killer jambalaya from the real deal. New Orleans native, Chef Airis Johnson, shares her kitchen secrets from the Big Easy.
It's called the Holy Trinity: onions, celery, and green peppers.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
And then we always have a special guest star, which is the Pope, garlic.
Oh, dear.
Put some South in your mouth. Today on Sara's Weeknight Meals.
Arkansas has its share of unique restaurants and hotspots, and the friendly people are always happy to tell you where to find them. Or you can just do it the time-honored way and count the cars in the parking lot.
Had several good barbecue places here in Blytheville.
Rib tips, which is our best seller. You got to try them. If you're in Blytheville, you got to come to Yanks.
If you had Penn's barbecue, it's real good.
A little south of Blytheville in Mariana is another gem. Jones Barbecue has been here for more than a century, started by pitmaster James Jones's grandfather's uncle. His succulent sauce and top-secret slaw have earned him a James Beard Award as an American classic. Here's why.
Hello, I'm James H. Jones from Jones Barbecue in Mariana, Arkansas. Well, we only use hickory wood, and that's a 12-hour process. The slower you cook it, the better off it is.
The sandwiches are $3 each, with slaw or without slaw.
Well, it's been in the family over 150 years, and I've been working with them ever since I was 14 years old. Daddy had us to promise all the boys that if either one of them give it up, he'd come back from the grave and do something to it. So we're gonna set on that.
Here in Humphrey, Arkansas, it's all about farming and fowl. After the rice harvest, the fields are flooded and ducks and geese come down from the north in masses. Eric Vaught is a local farmer and a conservationist.
These are all dabbling ducks out here today.
Dabbling ducks?
A dabbling duck is a shallow water feeding duck, as opposed to a diving duck, which you'll find in coastal regions normally.
No, diving and dabbling.
Yeah.
Wow, party. So why do they come here? Why here?
Well, they're feeding on the grain that's left over after harvest. They're feeding on weed seeds. They're feeding on invertebrate in the water.
What invertebrate?
Bugs, small bugs.
Oh, bugs, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Seeds
So
out
they're
of the
sort of
field.
doing you a service besides, you know, helping themselves to dinner.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Now, how do we get them to come to us?
Well, traditionally we use duck calls.
Is that what you got there?
Yeah, there's a few
Those look
here.
like party favors.
Right.
Okay.
So my kids love them, right?
Okay.
So you can make a hut.
Hut.
And,
Wow.
and you can string that together to...
I don't see them.
maybe,
You have to do a little more
well,
than that.
maybe you should try.
All right, let me see. Okay, so hut.
Hut. I've heard worse.
Oh. No, that didn't sound very Daffy-esque. You did much better.
But watch out. A predator is making a comeback and it's nesting nearby. Wildlife biologist Reese Butler showed me.
So you look over here in this big cypress tree, you'll see the eagle's nest.
Wow, that's a mansion. That's huge.
It is, yes.
Why are they here?
Well, in this lake, there's lots of fish for them to feed on, or even the ducks. You never
The
know.
ducks. I thought they were endangered.
Well, they're making a comeback.
So this is a good thing.
It's a great thing.
Clean water is essential for birds and farms, and Eric wants to keep it that way.
Water conservation is our #1 goal.
Makes sense, rice is grown in water.
Absolutely.
So about how many inches?
In the growing season, we'll have about 2 inches of water across
That's
the field.
all?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So you work to try to prevent erosion too.
That's a big benefit of flooding these fields during the winter, is it decreases erosion, it increases natural fertility,
Right.
and it improves water quality.
Oh, all good. Now, do you fish in these waters too?
No, ma'am, it's not deep enough to fish, but we do have some back at the house.
So what are we making?
We are making rice puppies.
Rice puppies. I mean, I've heard of hush puppies. They're made with cornmeal.
As a matter of fact, 50% of the rice grown in the United States comes from Arkansas.
That's wonderful.
Something we're very proud of.
You should be. That's great. Okay, so
So 1 cup of white rice, 2 cups of water.
regular old tap water, huh?
Absolutely. A 10.5-ounce can of French onion soup.
Oh, now that's interesting. Is this your idea?
It is.
Well, I have to say, because not everybody's going to be able to buy it or doesn't want to use a can of onion soup, what I think they could do is use beef broth and just some slow, thinly sliced sauteed onions till they're really caramelized, and that probably would be a nice substitute.
1 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper.
This is going to be spicy.
It's going to be a little spicy.
And your kids don't mind?
They're okay with it, yeah. And about 1/2 cup of diced bell pepper.
There we go. So now what happens?
So we're going to bring this to a boil.
A boil? You mean a boil? I mean, for those who don't speak Southern.
Sorry, a boil. After we bring it to a boil, we'll add the lid and bring it to simmer for 35 minutes.
So do you just fry them naked, or do you put something on them?
No, we'll roll them into balls, roll them into the beaten egg, and then roll them in breadcrumbs.
All right, well, we've got our whole thing set up. I think we need to bring in some troops. Don't you? You think we can enlist the fam?
I think I know where we can find some.
Okay, those little guys have done this before?
They have. They're pretty fond of it.
Okay, guys, come on.
Eric's wife, Kelly, is helping the kids with their favorite cooking chore. So you'll lead the troops? You're going to get this taken
Oh,
care
yes. They love to help me in the kitchen. They love to be hands-on and to do anything they can to be involved.
of? Well, this is sort of like edible Play-Doh now, isn't it?
Yes, it
but
is.
it's helping to get you on
They like to
dinner
get
on the
messy.
table.
That's
All
right.
right.
So you can use your spoons, and we're just going to roll these up into little balls. You can
My
tell you've
hand
done this
is
before,
already
Sam.
so
Yours looks.
messy.
I know it is kind of messy, but you guys like to get messy.
That's exactly.
Actually, you've got a big one there on your plate.
Told you I had a big one. Oh my gosh, that is big.
one, too.
I think you're all doing a great job, and they're going to taste delicious with the fish that Dad's going to prepare.
All right, let me see. So what temp are we looking for?
350. We'll fry the rice puppies there because that's the same temperature we fry the fish at.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Oh, here we go. Wow. Good job. Good job.
You guys want to go cut some flowers for the table?
Very nice. They're mostly all the same size. So normally, I know you use a fry-later, but not everybody has a fry-later. So I'm going to recommend that people at home who don't do this, which is a very deep casserole, no more than 2 inches of high-heat oil, and use a deep-fat thermometer. So that's what we're going to do.
Great.
Okay, so what do you think? How many should we cook at a time?
Probably 4 or 5 is.
Yeah, because we don't want it bubbling up. So here we go. What do you think? That's good?
I think that's plenty.
Of course, when you're doing it, you don't ever want to drop it in from up here. You just want to drop it in from down there.
Sure.
Right?
You make a great point, but an even safer way is to put it on the spider and lower it in there.
Okay, I should trust a guy who fries more than I do. Go ahead. That's brilliant.
So we're using rice bran oil, and rice bran oil is made from the outer layer of the grain, the top layer, like other oils do.
And it's got a high smoke point.
Absolutely, and for that reason, it's popular in frying turkeys also.
Now, how long do you think these take? How long in the fryer do these?
About 3 minutes at 350.
Okay.
Okay, so they look like they're done.
Okay, that's the kind of color we're looking for.
Absolutely.
You know, my favorite flavor of food is fried. So you just made me very happy.
Great, great.
Okay, let's get some more in there. Now let's get ready to fry the fish. You use a commercial fish fry mix, I understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Well, I'm going to show you how to make one of your own, you know, from scratch.
Sounds great.
And so it's my, we're going to do this first. It's my Cajun or Creole spice mix. So we're going to start with a tablespoon and a teaspoon of hot paprika.
Okay.
A tablespoon of garlic powder. 2 teaspoons of salt. A teaspoon and a half of onion powder. Okay, and here's the half. And you know what? Let's just use the tablespoon and fill it up halfway, which is the same as a teaspoon and a half. Okay, so there we have our oregano.
That may be a little much.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not rocket science.
Gotcha.
Half a tablespoon again of thyme. And we're making more than we need.
Okay.
And then your famous cayenne.
Go ahead.
There we go. Here we go.
Do the honors.
Yeah. And then a teaspoon of black pepper. And then we just stir it up and we're good to go. So we need a cup of flour. You want to add a cup of flour, you just shake it in to our pie plate. I like to set up pie plates. It's just a good way to go. They're nice and wide.
Then a cup of cornmeal.
What do you think? Should we start with about a tablespoon of this?
Sounds good.
Okay. And then we'll stir it up. We may need more. All right. Let's taste a little bit.
Like it?
We're killing the kids again. But it's good. So I'm going to say 1 to 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
I don't think it's terrible. I think it's nice. I mean, I really like it. And your kids are intrepid, so I think we're fine. All righty. So that is our dry mix. Now we need our wet mix.
That's right.
You don't always dip it in anything, do you?
I don't, no, ma'am.
Do you mind if we use a little
No,
watermelon?
let's.
This is sort of, this one is a collaboration between the two of us.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm willing to try new things.
And then we're going to use catfish. Now, what's so great is you eat catfish here all the time, right?
That's right.
But here's the other happy thing, is catfish is one of the sustainable fish that is farmed in the United States. There aren't a lot of choices because so many fishes are endangered for all sorts of reasons, and especially farmed is usually an issue, but not with catfish. So it's a wonderful choice for everybody. So I'm glad we're doing it. When you're doing this, you have to have a wet hand and a dry hand. So here's my wet hand. I can do more than one at a time here. That's so you don't bread your hand. I inevitably bread my hand anyway. You'd always come out with a big fist of dough on it. All right. Now, dry hand. And then I'm going to do what you taught me, which is to put it right into the spider. Wow, so those are sort of looking done. How long did that take?
Just a couple of minutes. I think they're ready to take out.
All right. Wow, look at that. Those look delicious.
Smell good, too.
I can't wait for dinner.
righty, here we go.
Smells
Some
delicious.
fried catfish. I know you guys are hungry, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, well, I just want to make a toast with our sweet tea to the Vaught family. Thank you all for making my day.
Plate, okay?
Oh,
Do you want some coleslaw?
this fish is very good.
Oh, we got to have the tartar sauce.
Oh, the best part. Oh,
Is that your favorite thing?
No, actually, that's the
Salsa.
I love it.
Great.
Yeah.
You guys did a great job rolling those.
You sure did.
Thank you.
They're good.
Do you think that's the
It's
one that
so
you rolled?
fun.
No?
Sometimes you got to taste the
Is it sweet tea? You're going to have to peel me off the ceiling after dinner?
It is.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, you know, you made it.
I'm a chef.
Well, of course you are. You're the chef. To be honest, Arkansas isn't the first place I would think of as a food destination. But I was so wrong. The food that is grown here and the food that is cooked here is not to be forgotten, especially when it's made with love and served to all the generations gathered around the table. How could it not be the best? We got a toast. Got to do it the right way. All righty. There we go.
Thank you.
If you're a fan of the foods of New Orleans, boy, do I have a treat for you today. I have a native, grew up there, my good friend, Airis Johnson. And that's not all, besides the fact that you're a authority on Cajun food, correct?
Yes.
Yes, she also has an incredible history. She's worked at all these fancy restaurants in New York, including for some real screamer male chefs. And she survived. She's also a two-time winner, well, first place and then second place on Chopped, which is pretty amazing.
Yes.
So, what are we making?
Today we're making jambalaya.
Oh, yes.
Jambalaya is a rice dish with origins in West Africa, and it has influences of Italy and France. And these are all the cultures that came together to make Cajun and Creole cuisine in New Orleans.
Okay, and what's in it?
We get started with the base, which is the base of all our dishes in New Orleans, and it's called the Holy Trinity.
Oh, yeah.
Onions, celery, and green peppers.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
And then we always have a special guest star that's not part of the Trinity, which is the Pope, garlic.
Oh, dear.
Would you mind chopping the celery?
Just small dice?
Yeah, small dice.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add the celery next, and this is all flavor building by adding these vegetables one at a time. Not gonna cook the celery as long as we did with sweating the onions, because we wanna keep it kind of crisp. It's actually pretty quick, like compared to some of our other dishes, like gumbo.
Oh, that roux cooking for hours and hours. I wouldn't have the patience.
Like the time that it takes to make the roux for gumbo, we'll be finished with the jambalaya.
Okay, got it.
All right, so I'm gonna add the green pepper.
All right.
And just let that saute for just a second. And we're gonna add the Pope.
Okay, here comes, I feel, well, whatever. It's what it's called.
Yeah, you gotta add the Pope, very important.
Okay. And that was, okay, so that was 1 onion, 1 green pepper, 3 celery ribs, and 4 cloves of garlic.
Yes.
Okay.
Could you grab the andouille sausage for me?
Yeah. And what do we have, about a pound there?
Yes, about a pound. Andouille sausage is a sausage made with pork shoulder, and it's fat, and it's smoked. It's a meatier sausage than most sausages like kielbasa. It's more robust. All right, let's go right into the pan.
This slides right in, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna adjust
that. That's perfect.
Beautiful, right? And just the smell, like the smell of the Trinity and the Pope together.
Oh my God.
That's the smell of my childhood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So next, I'm gonna add chicken. So we're gonna season it with a little Cajun blend. This is like the basis of your basic Cajun seasoning with a few special guests, right?
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So we have some paprika, we have some cayenne pepper. We always wanna have a little heat, just a kick to remind you you're alive. Some garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, and salt.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna season our chicken thighs.
And what do we have? About a pound there?
Yeah, it's about a pound of chicken thighs.
And how much seasoning?
I like to season with my soul, you know. And I'm just gonna saute this in a separate pan.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add a little grapeseed oil.
All right, I have to ask you the million-dollar question. What is the difference between Cajun and Creole cuisine?
That's a very good question. So the big difference between Cajun and Creole is one, Creole has the addition of tomatoes and seafood, and Cajun is from the land. So it's made with meat and things that walk the ground, walk the earth. So we have our chicken nice and brown.
Okay.
Gonna leave that there for a minute. And so now we're gonna continue to build our flavors in our pan. So we're gonna add some crushed tomatoes.
Okay.
So when you see jambalaya,
Should I stir?
yes, please.
Okay. I got to be useful somehow, huh?
Definitely stir.
Okay, we just went over into Creole land here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're also gonna add some chicken stock.
Okay.
So I added 1 can of crushed tomato and about a quart of chicken stock.
Boy, this has everything in it.
Yeah,
This is a one-pot meal.
It is. So we're just gonna season this, and we wanna make sure we season this really well because this is our flavor. After the rice is cooked, you usually don't season it again, so.
Right. And also because rice can absorb after the fact.
Exactly.
It has to go in to seasoned. People don't know that, so.
Yeah. So we're gonna add the chicken.
Yeah.
With the fat and everything.
Oh, of course.
We want all of that.
We want all that fat as flavor.
Yes, yes. So we have some fresh thyme and bay leaf. Not off the stems, just right in. Let's talk about the main event.
Yes.
The rice, because this is a rice dish.
Right.
Have about 2 cups of parboiled rice here. With parboiled rice, it's a guarantee that you'll get nice separate grains of rice every time. And outside of that, parboiled rice actually has like some good nutritional value because there are nutrients added into the rice that helps it cook the way it does.
Oh, no.
Time for the lid.
And then how many minutes?
20 minutes, but right before the 20-minute mark, we're actually gonna add some shrimp.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
The shrimp gets seasoned just with simple salt and pepper.
Okay.
So we'll add scallions maybe when we plate it up.
You want me to slice them for you?
Yeah, slice them. I think it's ready for the shrimp. Let's see.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, it's looking good. So I'm just gonna give it a little.
Look at how it absorbed all that liquid. I'm always amazed, you know?
Yes.
There's so many miracles in cooking,
Right?
don't you think?
Exactly. We're just gonna give it a little fluff, but the other thing we're doing too is like kind of releasing some steam, and that steam is gonna help cook the shrimp. So you can go ahead and
Plop it in,
Yep, just plop.
plop away.
And I'll use a spoon and kind of spread it out
Okay.
evenly.
Okay, so how many more minutes?
About 5 more minutes, just until the shrimp is cooked through.
Okay. Oh my God. Woo-wee.
Good.
Gorgeous.
I think this is ready. The
Okay,
shrimp look
shrimp are done.
nicely cooked. So let's just add those scallion whites. Adds a little brightness since it's fresh. So I'm actually gonna add some hot sauce.
Okay.
Just for a little extra kick of flavor. And not too much, but at the same time, don't be shy.
Yeah, I'm never shy when it comes to hot sauce.
All right.
So,
All right. So you like a lot or you like a little?
oh, of course I want a lot.
All right.
Kidding? I like sausage too. I like it all. It's all good. All right, a little garni. All right, okay. Let's go dine al fresco. I'm gonna bring the hot sauce.
Yes, don't forget the hot sauce.
The moment has come.
I know.
Too exciting. Oh, jeez.
Get into it.
Yes. Wow. I'm pretty speechless. You know, that seasoning is really the key. This is deeply seasoned, and I don't mean salty.
Yeah, no, just flavorful, flavorful. Yeah, that's a big, big misconception, you know, that we get in Louisiana a lot, that the food is spicy. It's not spicy, it's just very flavorful.
I'm going to say this and you're going to think I'm joking, but I'm not. This is the best jambalaya I've ever had.
Oh, thank you.
Not that I've eaten a ton. My God, this is so deeply flavored.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, I have to say, it's been such a pleasure. I mean, it would have been good enough if I had just got to eat this, but to learn how to make it with you. Although now I really need to know your secret spice mix and every last thing in it.
Oh, I'll tell you.
But in the meantime, thank you so much.
You're
for coming and doing
welcome.
this.
Thank you.